Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a full review and first impressions on a foundation that I recently got to my hands on. It is the new Maybelline Superstay. Is it? It is the new Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage 24-Hour Wear Foundation. This is a reformulated version of the previous one right here, and honestly I'm so excited that I was able to get my hands on this. Today is the first time that I am wearing this. Today is December 27th, so 2 days ago on Christmas, December 25th, I decided to wear this to really refresh my brain, even though I've been wearing this foundation a lot lately, but I wanted to really have it clear in my brain what this foundation was like. So I do give a quick comparison on the two and then show a very fun demo. This is what the foundation looks like on the skin. Honestly, I'm obsessed. I love the way this looks on the skin. It looks phenomenal and I'm really happy with it. I'm actually happy with my entire makeup today. But anyways, if you want to hear about my thoughts and see a quick demo on this foundation, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I know I look a little crazy because I already have my eye makeup on for the most part of my lashes. I was working with some glitter because, you know, New Year's Eve is around the corner, so I've been doing some more dramatic looks for here and of course on my Instagram. So if you do want to see this eye look, I will have a tutorial up probably the same day that this video goes up on my Instagram, so be sure to go and check that out. But without further ado, we are doing a full first impressions and review on this new foundation that I got. This is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation 24-Hour Lasting. Now, this is a reformulated version of this foundation. I do have the original. So this is the original. It comes with a pump. It's really nice. I really like this foundation. I actually just recently started loving this foundation as well. I was a huge fan of the concealer version, and then I started kind of dabbing into this through Halloween and I fell in love with it. So I've actually been using it a ton recently. I didn't know that they were reformulating this until a few weeks ago, and then I found it at Rexall, for anybody wondering, in my area or in Canada in general. I did find this at Rexall and I have seen it at Shoppers Drug Mart as well, and I got it for it was so expensive. It was like $19.99 I think at Rexall, or $17.99, so it was a little bit expensive for a drugstore foundation, so a little bit more on the pricey side, but nonetheless, we're gonna put it to the test, so we'll see if this one is comparable or whether they're different in any ways. Like, I'm assuming if they're reformulating stuff and repackaging it, it's gonna be better. So I have high hopes. Foundation says that it's full coverage foundation, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, oil free so it doesn't clog your pores, dermatologist tested. So that's a lot of really great things. I have oily skin, so I do sometimes like a matte finish, but most of the time I actually like more of a demi-matte natural finish in foundations, which is, in my honest opinion, what this foundation, the original, gives. It's very natural finish, and I wouldn't say it's 24 hours. I would say it lasts. I wore this on Christmas Day and it lasted all day long, but by like 11 p.m. I was having oils break through, so that's a really good amount of time for a foundation to last. Coverage wise, I would say it's medium to buildable. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation, but it's medium to buildable. So we'll see if this one has a little bit more coverage within it. So I'm going to prime. I'm just going to use a primer that I use all the time. This one here is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. I love this stuff, especially in the winter months. I gravitate towards this one a lot because I'm a little bit more dry, especially in my nose area. I had a nosebleed last night, like, so random. That's how dry and cold it is here. So I just take a little bit in between my fingers and then kind of like push it into the areas that I need it and feel like I need it. Sometimes I'll combine primers, but today we'll just go in with this one so we have something on the skin. For shade reference, I am an NC30 at MAC Cosmetics, so I decided to get the same shade, and from the looks of it in the bottle, they do look to be quite similar in shade, so I'm not too worried. This one honestly looks a little bit more orange than this one, so that's actually a good thing. I got the shade 220 Natural Beige. That's the shade that I take in this foundation, so I'm just going to give it a little shake. And this is the moment of truth. I don't know if this foundation has... I haven't watched any reviews on this foundation, by the way. This is like... I always try and do that with my first impressions. I try to never watch any reviews or anything about the foundation. I have seen some people apply it on Instagram, but I haven't watched any reviews. So, I was worried that it wasn't gonna have a pump. So with this packaging, I was scared that this was a twist off. So it does have a pump really, really nice because they had a pump on the original. So that's awesome. So I'm just gonna start by pumping, I would say 1 to 2 pumps on the back of my hand. Ooh. So consistency wise, it's not too thick. You can see it slowly but surely starting to run down my hand. So that's pretty good. It's not too liquidy either. So I think that this is gonna be probably more on the matte side, but not dramatic matte, if you know what I mean. So I just zoomed you guys in just a little bit. I'm gonna start applying it with a damp beauty blender. This is the way I apply all my foundations. I'm just such a beauty sponge person, so figured for the sake of the video. Okay, so color-wise, from first patting it on, it's looking like it's matching my neck really well, but I'm scared it's gonna oxidize because it looks darker than the original. Okay, so this is one complete layer of the foundation. I did do my entire forehead just because I had the extra product on the sponge, but this is one complete layer of the foundation. I think it's a smidgen too dark, which is super disappointing, but we'll make it work. As you can see, it is definitely full coverage. Like, this is full coverage in my opinion. I'm definitely not going to have to go in with very much concealer, nor am I going to go in with any more foundation on this side. It has covered up pretty well all my freckles. You can kind of see a beauty mark very, very, very slightly, which is fine because that's what I prefer. Yeah, this is like, I wish I had a little bit, like, I don't wish, but if I had like a blemish so you guys could really see like what kind of coverage it would give. But as you can see a lot of my discoloration on this side, and it's completely covered on this side. Like, pretty impressive. And I only patted into it once for all of this, and then once for the entire forehead. So that's pretty incredible. So I'm just gonna quickly finish up this side. And just so you guys know, I have not pumped any more of the foundation out. Like, this is still the same. I think I took like a pump and a half. So it definitely distributes really well on the skin, which is a bonus, but it does unfortunately dry fast. So you do have to work pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna take a touch more, like literally like that's all I took, just to finish off this side. And I'm gonna just make sure I bring it down my neck. So this is the foundation on both sides completely on the face. I used I would say two pumps for the whole face, and it really, really did a phenomenal job. I definitely think it is full coverage. It is drying super quickly. Like, it's been on my face for, I would say, like 2 minutes, and my face is completely dry. I'm going to safely say that it is definitely a matte foundation. So far, first impression wise, I definitely think the new formula is definitely a lot more full coverage and a lot more matte than the original, which is great because that is what both of the foundations claim to be. So I think that the new foundation is just a little bit more true to what the claims are. So it's definitely giving a matte finish. That's definitely for sure. And it is definitely full coverage. I couldn't even imagine going in again with another layer of foundation, honestly. But I'm so far really, really liking the finish of this foundation. It looks really nice. So I'm just gonna hop off camera and finish the rest of my makeup and then come back on and give you a little bit more of an update after it's been on my skin for, you know, 20-30 minutes. Okay, so I finished up my makeup, and if you do, again, want to see how I did the rest of my makeup, head over to my Instagram. I post quick tutorials on my eye makeup and face makeup almost every single day, so be sure to go follow me over there. But anyways, on to my final thoughts on this foundation. I know I haven't had it on for very long. So I've had the foundation on for about 25 to 30 minutes so far, and I finished up all my makeup, and I'm obsessed. I really like this foundation. It's matte on the skin, but it didn't cling to any dry patches on the skin, and I don't know if that's because we used a hydrating primer, but honestly my skin's been really dry, so I'm super impressed that I didn't have a hard time working with this foundation. My concealer went on amazing, my bronzer, highlight, blush, everything went on really nice. I used all powder products today too, no creams except for my concealer, and I'm really happy with everything that went on the skin. It looks really nice. It blended super easily. Honestly, color-wise, I don't think it's going to oxidize much more than this, so I'm pretty happy with the match. It's a smidgen too dark, but I think that if I went down a shade, it would be too light. So pretty happy with the color match. But if you do have oily skin, I truly feel like you're gonna really enjoy this foundation because it is matte, and it looks stunning. So you can always draw in the highlighted areas with highlighter and then keep the rest matte, which is something that I love to do. So overall, I'm really impressed with this foundation. I'm liking it so far. I will definitely have an update down below in the description box, so be sure to check that for how it wears throughout the rest of the day, because I'm going to keep my makeup on for the rest of the day. Right now it is 3:10, so I'll definitely have my makeup on for several more hours, so I'll keep you guys posted about how this foundation wears again. And of course, you guys will know if I like it if it's in another favorites video, or if you see it pop up a lot on my Instagram, you guys will know I liked it. But as of right now, I really like it. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. It is decently affordable. It is about $19 Canadian, and again, just for all my Canadian friends, I did see it at Shoppers Drug Mart and I purchased mine at Rexall, so you can get your hands on it now in Canada, which is awesome because I know we typically have to wait a couple of weeks after the American launch, which is a bummer, but it is available for us now, so you guys can get it, get your hands on it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions and review of the new Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.